afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Faridawati, and I am very honored to stand in front of you all to deliver my speech. Well, ladies and gentlemen, are you familiar with the saying, from the frying pan into the fire? Well, this saying applies to me in two of my top 10 most embarrassing moments. I still remember it very clearly. It was late June 2000. I was still sitting in junior high school. At that time, I was really fascinated with the alluring idea of riding motorcycle. So I thought to myself, I gotta learn how to ride motorcycle. So I decided to ask my uncle to teach me how to ride motorcycle. One afternoon, we were gathered in front of my yard. There were me, my uncle, and his old but unique motorcycle. And I asked my uncle, what should I do first, uncle? And he said, first you need to hop onto the motorcycle, turn the engine, and you're good to go. And I think, that's easy. So I hop onto the motorcycle, start the engine, and I turn my head and I see that my uncle was going to ride with me. I felt so much safer with him sat behind me. As we were riding along, I felt this amazing feeling. So I said to my uncle, isn't this amazing, uncle? And I was waiting for a response, but there was none. So I turned my head and looked back. My uncle was gone. So he jumped off the motorcycle, leaving me on the motorcycle by myself. And I could see him waving proudly at me from the rear mirror. So right at that time, that moment, I lost both my control and my confidence. So I let go of the handle and then jumped over and rolling on the ground. My body hurt all over. And then as I was trying to gather my strength and my dignity, I could hear footsteps coming towards me. And I looked back, I looked up, and there he was, this beautiful creature. And then I was panicked. So all I could do is to cover my face with my hands. And then that beautiful creature talked to me with a voice like an angel, saying, are you okay? Can you stand? That's the voice of an angel. Too embarrassed to say a word, all I could respond to him is, and running as fast as I could towards my house. After that day, I did not go out for about 186 hours. That day, I didn't break any bones on my body, but something is definitely broken. It's my heart. Fast forward to 2006, it was just before I entered college. I was spending my weekend at my parents' house. I was watching TV and suddenly my mom called me. And she said, is your father there? And I said, no, he's not. Why? And she said, I want him to come and pick me up at the Garing place. And I said, why don't I come and pick you up? And I could hear at the end of the line, my mother with a big, heavy sigh said, fine. So I took my motorcycle key and started the engine and heading towards the gathering place. As I was arrived, my mother was waiting outside, and she, while looking like this, told me, "Get off the motorcycle and let me do the U-turn." And I said, "No, I can do that." So I was very confident, and as I was trying to make a U-turn, I did not see that there's this tiny little rock right in front of me. And as I was riding towards that tiny little rock, I lost my control. And yes, I went straight to the ditch. Needless to say, my body was covered by mud from head to toe. As I was trying to pull my motorcycle up, I could hear a voice like an angel calling out to me. "Are you okay? Do you need a help?" That's the voice of an angel. I looked up, and there he was, the most gorgeous creature I've ever seen at that day. And that day, instead of one, two things broken. One thing broke, I'm sure you can guess. Yes, it's my heart. And the other thing is my eardrum. Because on the way home, my mother would not stop yapping about the incident. She went on blah, 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 blah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you are wondering if there is more to the stories, honestly, there's none. But one thing that I did learn from those two incidents is never forget to wear your helmet when you're riding a motorcycle. See? Just like the old saying goes, better safe than sorry. Well, thank you very much. I hope you are entertained, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.